Our next speaker is well known not only here at UN headquarters, but globally as a leading champion for women and girls. It is my great pleasure to welcome the Executive Director of UN Women, Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka. Ms. Mlambo-Ngcuka.
Excellencies, fellow panelists, delegates, it's a great pleasure to be with you today and to launch this network. I would like to highlight the fact that the support that we've received from Germany, from the AU, from the United Nations has enabled all of Africa to be here today. So North Africa, are you here? Yes. Are you here, North Africa? Yes. East Africa, are you here? Yes. Southern Africa, are you here? Yes. West Africa, are you here? Yes. Central Africa, are you here? Yes. Africa in the diaspora, are you here? Thank you very much for this demonstration of commitment. We have been able to debate critical issues that impact on Africa. We have focused mostly on governance, peace and security, but also, as our declaration, a call to action showed, we've also touched on all issues that are essential for Africa. Government, peace and security is critical. Nevertheless, because in Africa, there are 17 countries that are affected by conflict. There are 33 countries that are non-conflict countries, and there are 4 countries that are post-conflict countries that sort of get in and out of conflict. So we are determined to make sure that we create an Africa that is at peace with itself and is in a position to enable sustainable development. The African Women's Leaders Network, as it evolves, will ensure that we work collaboratively with all other existing networks around Africa, that we make an impact at local and grassroots level, that we deal with the issues at the highest level of Africa, that we engage with leaders to make sure that we implement all of the decisions that we have taken in Africa that are critical for the development and the progress that is needed in Africa, that we ensure that the United Nations, the AU, and other multilateral and regional bodies work collaboratively to ensure the development of Africa. We will demonstrate our activism by ensuring that we are present in different countries where we are needed, where women are engaged in conflict, post-conflict, or simply driving issues of development. We will ensure that between now and the time we meet in Addis, when some other countries would have gone through elections, we have engaged with the countries that are going to be embarking on elections. We are talking about Angola, we are talking about Chad, we are talking about Congo-Brazzaville, we are talking about Djibouti, Gabon, Kenya, Liberia, Libya, Madagascar, and Rwanda. In all of these countries, we will support women candidates to ensure that they are available for office and that they win. We also are here in Zimbabwe also. We will also be there in Zimbabwe. I want to acknowledge the fact that in this room, we have former heads of states. Ambassador Samba, who is here with us. We have also the former president of Malawi, wave. We have the former Prime Minister of Mozambique. We have former Vice President of Zimbabwe. We have women who've ran as presidential candidates and almost won. We have women who are leaders of political parties. We have speakers. deputy prime ministers, speakers, parliamentarians. We here have women who have put their neck on the block. And therefore, going forward, we can rely on them to move the needle. We have women who lead civil society, women who are pathfinders in business, and we have young women who have achieved much more than some of us will achieve in our lifetime. This is a network that will ensure that we address the issues of violence against women in Africa, the issues of representation of women at the highest and all decision-making bodies in Africa, that will ensure that we address the issue of girls' education, and that we grapple and end the issue of child marriage. This is a network of activists that will also ensure that Africa takes its place at a global stage. We are launching an African network that will act in Africa, but will be integrated and will make a difference everywhere in the world in solidarity with all our sisters and brothers in the whole world. And we thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Executive Director, and for pointing out not only the importance of this network, but really reminding us of the really formidable leadership that is assembled here in this room and that will be the muscle of this network as we go forward.